A very good afternoon, dear viewers, and welcome to the 360 Degrees, a show that discusses various issues shaping our nation. Today, we turn our focus to the education sector, and more specifically to the role of artificial intelligence and big data, technologies that are rapidly shaping today's world. The AUCA Innovation Center, with the support of the MasterCard Foundation, has just completed a powerful outreach program that brought AI, big data, and design thinking to over 500 secondary school students across the country. Stay with us as we unlock more on this subject and see how these innovations were done, and join us in a rich panel discussion and to see what it means to empower Rwanda's next generation through education and technology, which is shaping today's world. In the studio with us, there are some of the students who went through the training. Hello, students. We are happy to have you today. Yeah, we also have Marie-Grace to my left, Marie-Grace Mukiza, Project Manager at the Ministry of ICT and Innovation. Welcome, Grace. Yeah, we also have Bella Rwigamba from the Ministry of Education. She's the Chief Digital Officer at Mineduc. We're happy to have you today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and on my right side, we have people from the AUCA Innovation Center. We have Prince Ishimwe from the coordinator of the AUCA Innovation Center. We're happy to have you today.
Happy to.
Mm-hmm. We also have someone very important, Ishimwe Shakila. She's a trainer, and she's also an AUCA innovator. She has been with the students for some time now. We're also happy to have you. Yeah. Allow me to start this conversation with the trainer before we begin deeply about the outreach program. I'd like to know your experience with the students. How did you feel going back to the students where you came from? You are a student too from university, but going back to the secondary high school students.
Well, it was a completely new experience for me. But so far, I really enjoyed it, especially seeing how they were interested in learning. We're introducing things like AI, machine learning workflows, and data training, which was really exciting.
Yeah. Thank you, Shakila. Now, before we begin, we would like to have you on board. And for that to happen, let's take a look at a short video highlighting what happened on the ground.
Rwanda is on the rise, a nation where digital dreams are becoming reality. At the heart of this transformation, the AUCA Innovation Center, supported by MasterCard Foundation, is building a generation of innovators equipped for the future.
Today we gather to celebrate a significant milestone, the official launch of the community outreach.
In May and June 2025, 50 student innovators from AUCA stepped out of their classrooms and into communities. Over 1 month, they reached 10 secondary schools across Rwanda, delivering hands-on training in artificial intelligence and big data.
So part of our activities, as your friend have told you, we have what we call community outreach. A community outreach where we target secondary school, we go to them, we teach them the emerging technologies.
From Kigali to Bugesera, Musanze to Rubavu, over 500 students were introduced to the world of digital transformation. They learned how to clean data, explore patterns, build simple predictive models, and design interfaces to interact with them.
First of all, when we were starting to learn this session, we were not familiar with Python. We thought that Python was a very difficult programming language, very difficult to understand. But after being exposed to this kind of sessions, we have seen that it is not even that kind of hard. It is even that easier. And maybe in the future, or not even maybe, in the future, we're going to be the ones training even more other platforms, having many models to be using in education, in health, in engineering and other places, even more robots in Rwanda. Yes.
The outreach was more than training. it was a collaboration. With support from mentors, faculty, and local educators, the program showed what's possible when youth are empowered to lead and innovate.
A small description about our project. So normally you know that when there is unusual signs of unusual symptoms in our population, normally we take those samples abroad so that they can be tested and identify what the disease is. So why can't we just make an AI which can locally identify what the pandemic or the virus is? So virulence will be about making an AI which can locally identify what's the pandemic behind those symptoms.
I'm by the names of Kayana Kenya. I'm from Wisdom High School. I do PCB in Senior 5. I've learned about how you can write a code to a computer and answer it. And also I've learned that computers not only have games, but you can create them by yourself.
My name is Munez Rogadi. I study in software development. In our country, we have many cyber attacks that attacks our country when they are in their country. So as I have learned that machine learning is able to detect those deepfakes and the other phishing page and fraud detection. I have learned to train the model so that it can detect that cyber crimes according to the data I have given it.
I'm by the name of David, and as you know, I'm a student here at GAS. I study in MPC. This program is an interesting program which will make us full of different information and resources that may be used in our future life.
My name's Nitanga Pacific. I'm here to thank you. This is some skills that we barely got and acquired from you guys without any payment, and in turn you even awarded us, so we gradually thank you. And I think these rewards you gave us of certificates, you're the one who really deserved this, so we thank you. We thank AUCA and MasterCard Foundation that helped us and thought about us, that we really needed these skills. This was our first session. If there are also more, we are ready to attend, so thank you.
At your level, to have this data scientist mind, it is showing the future of Rwanda. And that's how this 1 million coder government initiative will come to reality.
This is just the beginning. These 500 students now carry the seeds of innovation back into their communities. The AUCA Innovation Center will continue to inspire, train, and transform, one outreach at a time.
And that was a highlight on what happened on the ground in various schools. 10 schools, 500 students were reached. But now we have representatives of students, girls from Gashora Girls Secondary School. Today's focus will not be about the discussion from the AUCA or the Ministry of ICT or the Ministry of Education. We want to focus more on students, see what they have learned through this experience, and they have made some projects during this outreach program. They are going to present some of the few projects they have designed throughout this outreach, and what solutions are these projects bringing. The floor is yours.
My names are Muramira Wasebela, and I'm on behalf of the Smart Invest Group. So, if you were given $1,000 and they told you, invest it, where would you put it? Would you put it in crypto? Would you put it in stocks or AI companies? Today, the world is facing an alerting problem whereby new investors and young people like us are struggling to find sectors to invest in, with so many sectors to choose from and barely enough knowledge about the market trends. Our goal with our project was to create something that is simple, helpful, and personal. That's how we came up with our Smart Invest project. It's an AI-based project that recommends you the top 3 best sectors that you can invest in, based on your budget, on your risk tolerance, and the time frame that you set. There are some specific objectives that we aim to achieve as our group. The first one was analyzing the current and historical financial data to train AI so that it understands the market patterns that are there. Second of all, we let the users to input their personal investment profile. That is the amount, budget, that is the risk tolerance, and then that is the time frame that they set. Thirdly, it generates to you smart and personalized recommendations according to the user's inputs. And lastly, it presents to you results in a simple and user-friendly way that is easy to interact with. So I welcome Mary to tell us how this AI works.
Thank you. As she just said, my name is Kazergoa Mary, and I'm going to be telling you about why is it important to implement such an AI. First of all, it provides a democratized investment advice, because we all know that we don't get these personal investment advices. And second, it saves money and it saves time. And as we go on, we do not plan to leave it here. And maybe as we go far, as we learn, and as we keep up with such programs, we were intending to add some more features. Like, for example, we recommend deeper insights about where to invest, and we give you details about the sector we're telling you to invest. And so far, I can give Brandy the stage to say what we learned from all these trainings we had with AUCA, because they were such an amazing experience.
So thank you. As they just said, my name's Blondie Tunga. So we learned teamwork. We actually came up with problem-solving minds, because most of us could not even actually think of how investment was a problem. But then we came up with that mind that could actually think of how to solve such problems. And then more of us are not comp majors, but we learned how to code using Python. Yes, and actually we came up with a resilient mind. Yes, so in summary, Smart Invest is a project that will help a person to put in the amount that he or she wants to invest according to his or her budget. And then he's the one to choose, either he goes with a high risk tolerance or a low or the moderate one. And then he's the one, the AI-based tool will show him where to invest, which field is best for according to the amount he gave. Thank you. That was more about Smart Invest.
So thank you. I'm Sirikae Etia, and we come up with a project called AgroMatch. This was because many African countries were facing the problem of losing their crops due to climate change. This was like in Central Africa, 12 to 18% of the crops was lost. In 2024, this was because of the climate change. Let me welcome Pamela to talk about the objectives.
So as she just said, my name is Ergunyama Pamela, and I'm going to continue talking about the objectives of our project, that is AgroMatch, right? So the general objective of our project is to harness the power of artificial intelligence and use it to be able to help the farmers and the government make decisions that are right on which crops to grow in a given area, or maybe what are the conditions that are needed to make sure that there is no crop failure, and to ensure that they're doing smart agriculture, right? So the specific objectives we set as our group, right, first of all, was to track and analyze data about climate and crops, right? Because the crops that are growing in a hot season are not the crops that are going to grow in a cold season, right? So make sure that we know which crops are going to grow and in which area they're going to grow in, so that there is no crop failure or something like that. So the second goal was to match the climatic conditions to the crops requirement. And then the third one was to be able to generate like a solution, right? Or an advice to those farmers and those governments to make sure that there is no risk taking place. And then the fourth goal or objective I can say that we set was to also help motivate others to know that, if we can use AI to make something so impactful, like we should just keep going on. So let me welcome my group member to talk about the technical aspects of our project.
Thank you. So AI is like a human, right? So we have it learns, and when it have learned, it can start making predictions. So to make it do that, we used Python, which was the programming language which helped us to communicate with the computer. Then for machine learning, we used skit-learn, which teaches the AI. It's like more like a teacher. Then for the interface, the user interface, we have the front end and the back end. For the front end, we used React.js, which helps the user to interact with our AI. Then for the back end is like the brain of the AI. It was used to, we used Python and skit-learn. So the back end is more like where the codes are, where the outputs are given when you have given the input. So that's all about the technical aspects. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Ida Ervin, and I'm also part of the AgroMatch group. So in a nutshell, what our group has managed to come up with in this project is to be able to track down the change in the climate as we feed our artificial intelligence or machine learning. We feed it with the information from the weather forecast and then match it to exactly what the market is expecting. Say what people are expecting from outside, what do they want to consume in a certain period of time, and then help farmers save that energy, help farmers sell that production instead of losing it, gain it in one way of using the power of prediction that artificial intelligence can give us. So one thing that we've learned, our group is special. We've learned that coding can also be a part of a shared expertise whereby the experts from AUCA have had the heart to come and teach us to also become experts, and now we are serving a solution to something that is a backbone for the whole of Africa and the whole of the world, which is agriculture. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Iana, and me and my teammates we're proud to present to you our project called EduTrack, which fights against school dropouts. So let me start with something simple but very deep. So have you ever noticed how like it's a normal day and just a student used to come to school and now the student doesn't come? No explanation, no big announcement, just like that. And it happens more often than we think. And by the time we notice, it's too late. And that's actually what motivated or inspired our team to come up with this project that uses big data and AI to track and analyze and be able to predict who is likely to drop out. So statistics from UNESCO show that 272 million of youth and children are out of school because of school dropout, and the highest number is from sub-Saharan Africa. So that shows that it's a concerning issue. And that consequently leads to unemployment to those dropouts and poverty and other many consequences. So let me welcome Arela to continue.
Well, thank you very much. As said already, my name is Arkeda Chuzariela, and I'm the second member of the group EduTrack. Well, they say numbers don't lie, right? And I believe with EduTrack, they may just save a student's life. When we were doing our project, we had three main objectives in mind. One was to be able to collect information or data from different students, that is maybe their grades, their attendance, and also how far they live from school. Two was to be able to train an AI model to be able to use different patterns to predict if a child is likely to drop out. And three was to be able to help teachers or educators in general to be able to help a child and support them before they drop out of school and they disappear from the system. And as we were making our project, we had different tools to help. The first tool we had was Python. Python was the main programming language and the backbone of our project. Second, we had Skikit-learn. Skikit-learn was able to help us train our AI model to be able to predict and show us which kid is likely to drop out or not. We had Microsoft Excel, which helped us organize the student data that we used in our project. We had Jupyter. Jupyter helped us to, that is where we made the coding and everything that was able to help us produce our program. And then we also had Python, as I said before. It's our backbone for the whole project. And then finally we had JavaScript. JavaScript was to help us make the interface and everything that you see once our project is displayed. And then finally we realized our project cannot be a standalone. It's going to be part or a feature of a bigger education system. That education system, for example, we have Academic Bridge in Rwanda that shows the reports and everything about a child. Now we're adding another feature. We could add another feature, which is EduTrack, which will be able to input different information about a child, and that information will be used to show if the child is likely to drop out, and also give you different helping concepts that can help a teacher, how to follow up with a child, how to help them differently. And yeah, our next presenter is going to tell us how more EduTrack works.
My name is Chimeke Lorraine. So the dataset we used was created manually in Microsoft Excel based on realistic school data and inspired by public sources like Kaggle. So the AI in EduTrack was trained using the supervised machine learning approach. That means like we provide the AI with a model with the outcome, and the model is going to learn from that pattern so that it can give out a prediction. So from the program, we learned creativity, we learned to work in groups, to think outside the box. We gained AI and coding knowledge, and finally but not least, we learn to be innovative and critical thinkers. So in a nutshell, our EduTrack is a powerful tool to help schools and school staff to predict school dropout and help students who needs help at most. Thank you. This was our presentation. Thank you.
So good afternoon. I'm by the names of Amélie Uiziangutumwe, and I'm going to present about our project Virulence. We all know the panic of feeling sick and you don't know what exactly it is. You have cough, you're sneezing, and you can't figure out if it's just flu or something more. You ask around, you search online, but still you end up with more questions than answers. This panic and this confusion is what inspired us to make our project Virulence.
Thank you. I'm Ladela, and you might be wondering, what is the problem that we are trying to solve? So firstly, individuals might have hectic schedules, and when they get sick, they don't have time to go to hospitals, meaning they go to pharmacies and take medicines, normal medicine that they don't know whether it works. So that's why we're here. And also, health organizations also want to predict the number of cases for a certain outbreak that they don't know. So that is why our model is here.
Virulence is an AI model that is trained to help users understand the symptoms they have and the disease they are likely to be having, and the treatments and the actions they could take regarding it. And it also helps health institutions to predict the number of cases that are likely to be there for a certain number of days given the population and how the disease is spreading using a given data set. The first objective of Virulence is, as I said, to help users know the disease they're suffering from and how they can take care of themselves. And the second one is to help health institutions predict the number of cases that are likely to outbreak in the country.
Thank you. I'm Alexandra, and I'll be telling you how this works. So we actually have two cases, and the first case is when someone personally wants to know what they're suffering from, and there is a part where you have to fill in your symptoms, all the symptoms that you're having at that time, as well as your location, and then the model will be able to analyze the disease you'll be having at that time, as well as the precautions you may be taking and the medication. The second case is when it comes to government institutions like RBC, and the only difference is that in addition of the symptoms and location, you also have to fill in the present cases as well as the number of population and the days to predict. And one more thing is that you can even put in the feedback of how you saw the model, and then the model will be able to analyze as usual. Thank you.
You might be wondering what is the technology we used. Well, for the front end, which is like the interface you see using Virulence, we used HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And for the back end, which is like the codes, that part of the codes, we used Python, Jupyter environments for it to work. And we also used big data using a data set that we got from Kaggle.
So we trained our model using rule-based detection, where we used exponential growth. We applied what we studied in math, and we based on current cases, population, as well as the growth rate.
What we learned from this project, we learned how to train an AI model. Like most of us didn't know it, but it's going to help us. Some of us who aspire to become AI engineers, it's going to help us. It's also going to help us navigate in the AI world in which we are living. Thank you for following. This was Virulence.
Thank you so much. My names are Izeritita Melvin, and I'm going to present to you another masterpiece. So now, picture yourself. Picture yourself in an area where each farmer is given the right tools, the right conditions for their plants to grow, yet year after year, they incur losses, even with those great fertilizers. Now, it has come to our attention that farmers around the world, farmers around Africa, come with a problem that they have everything, they have the right seeds, and yet, year after year, they incur losses. It is through this that we have sat down and gave you a masterpiece that is AgriSense AI. AgriSense AI is a tool that helps farmers match a certain type of soil with a certain crop that is so suitable for this soil. Without further ado, let me welcome my friend to continue about the project.
Thank you very much. My name is Rika. So I bring you a glimpse into the future, a future where farmers don't guess, they know, a future where plants and soil can speak and we listen, a future powered by AgriSense AI. So basically how this AI works, a user enters different environmental factors such as rainfall, humidity, pH, different levels of nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus, and then you enter the soil type of that soil, and it basically tells you which best crop is suitable for that type of soil, and at what percentage and what rate is that crop the best. And it even shows you for each factor how to optimize it and which factor and how best it has to be for that crop. This basically helps you know, with what I have, what should I plant and how will it grow. And for the back end of this, we used Python, which was the brain of everything. It helped with machine learning, data processing, and even the predictions. And for our data set, it was from Kaggle, where we got rich and real-world data sets that we used to train our AI. And for the front end, what you see is a HTML user-friendly interface. Thank you very much. This is not just a tool, it's a solution.
Thank you. My name is Nyamutazeme Vanessa, and with everything that has been said, a lot of companies have tried to solve this certain problem that we're trying to solve. We have companies like CropX and Plantix in the USA, but they were not effective because of these three major reasons. First of all, they used complex technologies. Second of all, they were expensive. Third of all, and which is the most important thing, they did not consider the fact that sometimes crop yield depends on the type of crop that is being planted and the type of soil that it is being planted in. So this is where AgriSense comes in. Our AI, our project, first of all, it is simple. You don't have to use complex technologies, you just have to enter the values. Second of all, it reduces the time and the resources that would have been spent on planting a certain type of crop, which is not effective. With everything that has been said in the last 5 to 4 minutes, I want you to go with this one thing. We believe AgriSense is the future of agriculture, and you wouldn't want to miss being part of it. Thank you.
Yes, and these are fresh and smart ideas from the students that we've just heard, and it feels so good. And it is a privilege and honor to see such young students developing such projects that provide solutions to the current trends or the current challenges the world is facing, not only Rwanda, but the whole world. Allow me to ask you, Prince, as the coordinator of the Innovation Center of the Adventist University of Central Africa, what was the idea behind this outreach program? What pushed the outreach program? Why did you first do this outreach?
Yeah, thank you very much. Normally, our innovation center is built on 3 pillars. The pillar number 1 is training. Number 2 is research and innovation. Number 3 is community services. So we're exploring that pillar of community services, where we say, okay, let's study and analyze which emerging technology which is not given at the secondary level, and let's go and provide it. And that was a result. Thank you.
Now to the Ministry of ICT and Innovation, Grace. Rwanda has an ambitious goal. We are seeing these emerging technologies, and we still need to go with the same pace at which the world is moving. With the 1 Million Coders initiative, how does initiatives like these ones of such outreaches to go to students and use these emerging technologies to find solutions that are needed in the population, how does this align with the national goals that you have as Mini ICT?
So as we know, the second national strategy of transformation says that has as goal, we need to have trained 1 million Rwandan coders and 500,000 IT professionals by 2029, and we also aim to become a knowledge-based country by 2050. What does that mean? That means that we need to build capacity, we need to train young people to become innovative, which AUCA, the Innovation Center, is currently doing. We have a goal to have trained those people, but that's not something that the government is going to be able to do by itself. It becomes a collective effort for developing partners, for the academia, for anyone who feels like they need to be able to come on board and help us. That's something that AUCA has already started. So we also need more initiatives to come on board to help us reach that, because 2029 we only have 4 years left with that. Yes.
Yes. Now to the Ministry of Education, Bella. I would say that emerging technologies has a negative side, but it also has a positive side. But we cannot let it down because we need it as a country. From an education perspective, how can we embed innovation and technology skills in the school curriculum?
So I don't think I don't see really the bad effect of emerging technology. I think it's only good thing. Everything has the good and the bad depending on who is using it. But from our perspective in the Ministry of Education, we know that we have to embed emerging technology in the curriculum. And this is some work that has already been done. So we've been piloting robotics within the curriculum. But if some people have followed probably where we had the State of Education a few weeks ago, the Ministry of Education, we announced that we are going to be looking into embedding AI into the curriculum. Now, initiatives like these ones are actually supporting and giving us hope that this is going to be quite easy to do, because we have already players like the AUCA Innovation Center that is actually doing the outreach in the schools. Of course, they've done 10 schools, but we also have other, other initiatives that have been done earlier. But we've seen that there's already this hunger from the students to actually, start using AI. So embedding it in the curriculum will not be such a big work, because we will already have found in the schools students that are really eager to learn, and then teachers that are also already understanding most of the things around AI. So this is, I was amazed by sorry, it's not the question that you asked, but I was amazed by the students and the project that they've been working on. You know that our curriculum is competency-based. So there's one girl that talked about, using what they've studied in math to actually embed it into their AI models and the project that they have. That's exactly what we are trying to do, is really have this curriculum that is competency-based. They have project-based activities. So to actually learn by doing and getting out solutions. So this is really, and I commend the work that has been done by AUCA. Thank you.
We heard the projects from the students, and these projects are in various sectors: health, agriculture, education, in various sectors that are key in the development of the country, but also in the development of the world, if I would say so. back to the trainer who has been with the students for the longest time. While you were doing the training and working with the students, what surprised you the most, and what have you been able to learn from them?
So I would say what surprised me the most is how fast they were able to connect to the concept, especially knowing that we were teaching technical concepts like data cleaning, machine learning workflows and all that. That's something really complicated. And knowing that some of them had never heard of machine learning way before, it was really surprising. They were really interested. With such a few time, like a week, they were able to build their own projects. And also they started interacting with us, asking questions. So that was really amazing to see. And they were also giving opinions on how they think they could work on their project. So that surprised us the most.
Now, Prince, the community outreach was, I would say that it went to various schools. What was the result after the outreach?
Well, this is it. It is self-talking. We have seen students, like one point that I need to mention, among them, the students who didn't study IT and other majors, other combination, they were part of them and they were contributing, and they reached to the point where they learn all this technology from Python, how to clean data, how to analyze data. And it was very easy from them to capture. Yeah. So if I'm answering you well, I can tell you that these people, their learning ability was beyond the way I was expecting it.
Yeah. To the Ministry of ICT, Grace, what policies or support systems are in place to ensure young innovators such as this that we have just heard from rural or even in the city, in the secondary schools, so that not everyone is left behind?
So starting with the policies, we have the ICT and education policy that makes sure that anyone around the countries, either being teachers or students, are able to access to the digital economy. We also have smart classrooms across the country. For now, we have about more than 1,700 schools that are connected to internet, have access to computers, so no one is really left behind. We are also introducing Smart Ibiruhuko, which is an initiative by the Ministry of ICT. We're making sure that anyone who wants to access to computer labs, anyone who wants to access to digital skills is able to do it during the holidays. We are making sure that at least 2 or 3 schools that have access to smart classrooms across the country are open during the holidays, so that the students are able to go in the schools and able to access those courses online. Yes.
Back to the AUCA Innovation Center, these are projects that they have presented. How do you plan to track I would say these outcomes that have come from the outreach program?
Yeah, so with all those schools, we have created a forum where we keep updating them, training them, because the 1 month was not enough to give all we can do. So there's this continuous improvement into that.
Now, I would like to go back to students. What challenges did you face during the outreach program, and how did you learn through this whole, what was the one highlight that you would say about this program?
So one of the challenges that we faced, it was at first when they introduced themselves and they were like, we're here to teach you about artificial intelligence and machine learning. speaking of the students who have been using it in their daily lives to perform complex activities, and just one click, it turns into something simple, you already have in your mind that something behind there is just so complex, and you just can't crack it down. So the AUCA people, through this outreach program, they have showed us that it's all about taking a step with another one and cracking it down into something that you can take at a time. So we've actually been able to understand things that make up this complex thing that is actually the key to the solutions that we have created and we have just presented. So this outreach program has showed us that it's actually possible when you actually take the first step and you're willing to get out there to learn more and create something that is way beyond your expectations, as I can call it that.
Thank you. One more question to Bella. That's the name I was able to retain. What advice would you give to other students who think that tech is too much for them? It's difficult, I cannot do it.
Thank you. That's a great question. So I am a computer major, and yes, tech can be too much at some time. But then I think that where we're heading right now, us as the young people, the future generation, we need to invest much of our time and our efforts, because tech is and will contribute a lot to the development of our country and the world in general. It is used to solve different problems and at a faster rate. So if you think tech is too much, then please take a consideration and put much efforts, because at the end of the day, you will see the results. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Bella. Back to the Ministry of Education, Bella. How do you yes, how does Mineduc see such partnerships, such as AUCA and other partnerships like these ones, in the drive of creating the quality education that you need, but also can this be replicated at large?
Yeah. So, as I said, I really commend the work that is being done by AUCA, and I wish, as my also colleague from ICT say, that we'll have more and more initiatives like those, because of course, during the studies, they have a curriculum that they need to follow, but we believe that extracurricular activities such as these that are actually showing them what they can do with the technology out there is really something that we will want to see more. So we are really happy to have more initiatives coming into our schools and more schools. I mean, for this time, they're doing 10 schools, but we hope that next year or whenever they plan, we have more schools that are going to be reached. And as I said, when we talk about competency-based, that is really what we are meaning. We need to do something. We need not just to learn the concepts, but actually implementing them and then getting something out of it. And programs like this are the ones that are going to help the students.
Shakila, as a trainer, what impact have you observed during these outreach initiatives? You've been able to speak to the students, train them. What impact have you observed throughout the outreach?
Well, so far, what I have been able to see is that students who thought they couldn't study anything related to AI, that it was too big, they really got out of the box. They started thinking on how they can get invested and start learning. And also, we've also advised them to start thinking of creating their own projects, because this is going to contribute to their future if they're trying to, let's say, be future AI engineers. So I really think we really tried to create an impact by encouraging them, trying to solve their problems, and also encouraging them to look into more fields of tech, and also to not be afraid of trying out new technologies. Like we said, we really tried to introduce new technologies, like the ones to train AI data models, which was really beyond what they thought they could do. But through this initiative we had, it really helped them to see that they can really do it, which was really amazing.
Now, Prince, This outreach was 1 month, and at the AUCA Innovation Center, I believe you have more programs. Would like to ask, is there any program like this one in the future, or is this the end of such programs?
No, this is not the end. We are planning, with collaboration with the Ministry of Education, meaning ICT, to go much more further, to make sure that the 30 districts, because we have tackled only 8, the 30 districts, all the secondary school, to be taken into this trajectory. So it will be happening every year until we will reach the point where we can have 2 outreach by year. This is the main target we have.
Yeah, was this the first very program that you did, such as this, an outreach to the students, or is it?
It was the first ever.
Shakila, I will come back to you as much as I can, because this is about students and you've been able to interact with them. Yes. You are a student from university, but you went to the students to the secondary school. What are the challenges that you met? You're also a student, you're learning, but you're going to teach other students. If I would say it's different levels, but still they are students like you. What challenges did you face as a trainer, and speaking on behalf of all trainers, and how did you overcome those challenges?
Well, I would say the first challenge we had was the time, because you can understand that getting students to do things like data cleaning, training a whole AI model, it was really complicated. And within such a few days, it was really complicated. And also getting to balance practical and theory, and also ensuring that every student is following along was a bit complicated, but with the team that we had, it really helped us, because we ensured that we could coordinate the whole session so that some of us could go and support them with a one-on-one support to ask them if they have any issues, how to solve their errors. And I would say another issue we had was introducing new technologies to them, and also using different tools. Like some of them didn't know how to navigate Jupyter and all that. So it was a bit complicated, but with the right approach and the team that we were working with, I would say my team, we really collaborated, and we made sure that every student was on the same page as we were. And we tried to adapt our concepts by giving real-life examples, and also by allowing them to ask questions. And we really tried to give support as much as possible so that we could create impact in such a few time.
Now, Prince said that there are some of the students that are not studying ICT. I would like to hear from students. One of you who is not studying IT. How did this outreach program change your perception about technology and coding in general?
Well, thank you very much. I said earlier, my name is Akila. Actually, I'm a geography major, so I don't major in computer. When they first told us we're going to be learning about AI and big data, okay, it was scary. It was kind of, as Ida said, we always use AI, and it just gives us a simple answer, but you always know there's something big behind it. And knowing that you're going to be part of the people that are going to do something big that comes behind the screens and everything, it was really scary. I always thought coding was really hard, because seeing the computer majors do it, seeing them code every single time in their classes, I thought it's something that I cannot navigate. But the moment I stepped into the class with the team of Shakila, it was really interesting. It was collaborative. We got to learn, and they took us step by step so that nobody could get lost. So I believe going step by step, we're able to learn. And I know that the program that we had, any person who can take part in it can be able to learn really great, because it was step by step. We understood everything that we had. And I believe computer and AI is really interesting, and it's the future of our country.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, back to the Ministry of ICT, Grace. In what ways is the Ministry of ICT and Innovation working with local innovators, I would say young innovators, to create inclusive tech ecosystems?
So the way we are helping the young innovators, it's to provide them with help depending on what help they want. If basically, but it depends if they want to be able to help the others, also promote innovation with the students. We are also able to provide them with a platform. We are doing Hanga Pitch Fest. We provide them with a platform where they are able to pitch their ideas and also give them capital to start with their business. We also have more of that. We have, depending on the sector that they are in, but we provide anyone who is into innovation a platform to be able to assist them with their products. Yes.
Bella, to these emerging technologies that are being used by students and that are being used to create solutions to the existing problems in the society, have you seen a shift in students' aspirations since they started embracing these emerging technologies?
So definitely, I think from the last student that just talked, who hasn't been doing IT, and now is telling us that AI and computer are good. It's already a shift. I mean, activities like these probably are also helping students to kind of show them what they could do in the future. So it's a bridge between the high school and the university. So it kind of open up their minds, maybe, you know, all the fears they might have in technology or computer might go away with this. But I think what we are really trying to say is that AI especially is not meant just for computer scientists.
Yes, sure.
Yeah, it's something that is there to stay for each and every sector. So any students or any person, actually not only students, but even, you know, people that are out of the education system now, needs to understand how AI works and what it can provide to them. So now, if they are able to do it at school level, and then it helps them to now go into careers that are more technical careers, well and good. But the idea really here is just to make sure that they understand what it is, and then regardless of them continuing that route, but they need to use it in their daily lives anyways. So yeah, it's really just to open up their eyes and minds and see what's there that they can use in the future.
Now, Prince, at the AUCA Innovation Center, you're doing various programs, but as someone who is in tech and who is working with students and seeing the shift that is happening, what do you think is the most Rwanda needs most right now to build a strong tech-driven future?
Yeah, thank you. Rwanda is doing that. You see, through the government's 1 million coder initiative, a lot of hunger hub have been created across the country, which is in that line of teaching people how to code. So a lot of effort are needed because 1 million coder by 2030, I think, to have them, there is much to do. So I would call upon other universities to think in that direction to make sure this dream become a reality.
This has been a great discussion, but time is not our side. And I would like to especially thank the students for the great initiatives they are doing to find solutions that are to the problems that are hindering the communities around the world. Thank you so much, students, for making it today. Allow me to thank Bella from the Ministry of Education, the Chief Digital Officer. Thank you so much for making it today. Thank you, Grace Niwe Mukiza, Project Manager at Mini ICT.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and thank you, Shakila, the trainer, for sharing us the experiences that you've had with students and for everything you've shared with us.
You're welcome.
As well as the coordinator of the Innovation Center. Thank you so much for making it today. To our dear viewers, I hope you learned as much as I did, and this brings us to the end of today's edition of the 360 Degrees. We've seen how technology and education are coming together to shape the future, not only of our country, but the future of the world. And thank you for our guests for making time to be with us and explaining to us what is being done around the country. My name is Olive Nete. It was a pleasure having you around. See you next time.